nigga, word. I've been out here getting paper just trying to buy a house a couple acres, so I don't have to be around a bunch of neighbors no more. Astounding what they say about the way I made it out.
I was gonna say,
I thought you were gonna get into some drama.
I did too
I was
a little
waiting
bit.
for some,
I
like,
was.
she went to jail and she came out and said something fly. And
no, I mean,
I
guess I
mean, the
should
song
have.
is a little dramatic, though. The song is a
Next
little
time.
dramatic.
yeah, it is.
I'll
It's
bring
yeah,
a
some
very
drama.
dramatic
definitely-
song.
Some tea.
Yeah.
I
Spill
do
the
love
tea.
a little tea, but
Yeah.
not today.
Not today. Sorry. Yeah. Are we 2 truths, 1 lie? Are we moving into listens lately?
I think we got to do 2 truths and a lie.
Okay, let's just get it over with. Let's do it. Oh my
Why are
God.
you scared?
Because I don't know what's. I don't. It's so.
He's not going to
It's
be good
more
at this.
difficult than it seems. It feels like, or is it just me? Maybe it's just me.
We're going to be able to tell immediately his lie.
Oh
Immediately. That's the lie. You don't even have to say too many
Okay.
things.
Okay. You go first. You go first.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, you go
Okay.
first. Okay.
Whew. I have to think of stuff that you don't know, too. That's like the gag.
Come on. Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to start it?
I think no. I'm gonna get it, y'all. I'm gonna get it. Okay, so I was born in Arizona. I've seen a kangaroo attack a man, and I. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm thinking, calculating, analyzing.
Word. And my friend growing up had 2 chihuahuas named George and Lopez.
Okay, run them all back.
Okay.
I don't think you were born in Arizona.
I was born in Arizona. I seen a kangaroo beat up a man.
Look me in my eyes.
Well, I have to look at both of y'all.
I already know which one.
And my friend growing up had 2 chihuahuas named George and Lopez.
Now, how would I know that? I can't confirm that. Okay.
I feel like I'm an okay test taker, and it's always the answer that is not like the other two. So the other two are pretty wild. The George and Lopez thing isn't that wild, but it's more wild than I was born in Arizona. I feel like that's just like straight fact. And then you've got kangaroo attacking a man.
True.
And 2 chihuahuas named George and Lopez.
True.
So Arizona sounds boring. I'm going with Arizona.
Is that your final answer?
It is by default.
What's your final answer?
I want to go with that too, but I'm pretty sure you have some kind of connection to Arizona. I just can't remember what it is. I can't remember if it's birth or just travels. I don't know. Kangaroo attacking a man. I mean, because that could be on YouTube, you know? So I don't know, because you didn't really specify. So it's like,
Or she's not from Arizona. She's from Australia, and that would make perfect sense. I don't think that's the case. Her boots are given in Australia, though. A little bit.
actually, they are. Mate.
Converse.
I'm going with Arizona as well. I'm just piggybacking off of T-Well. So
Is that your final answer?
that's my final answer.
Y'all are both wrong.
Damn.
Although I was born in Arizona, at one point I worked at Dollar General, and they had a kangaroo let loose, but I didn't get to see it in person beat up people. Yeah. I didn't specify, but I didn't see it either. I didn't see a video. I didn't see the video.
That was a good lie, though, because I feel like you went so left field that I was like, that's got to be true. There's no way you can.
Wait.
because it was like it was halfway there. Like they told us, they're like, yeah, like I guess there's like a wildlife rescue next door to the Dollar General.
In
The
Arizona.
kangaroo. No, this is here in Waco.
What?
Mind you.
Nice.
What are you talking
Because
about?
I just worked at Dollar General, and like
You worked at Dollar General 3 months ago.
yeah, and they
saw
kangaroo.
a kangaroo?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't.
I didn't see
But
it.
it did happen.
It did
Okay,
happen.
yeah.
It got loose,
crazy.
and the cops were trying to wrangle it up, and it's like
That's
it was
wild.
crazy. But I didn't get to see the
I
video.
feel
They
like
just
I
told
feel
us,
like I saw somebody post about that.
and I didn't get to see it. But
That is wild.
because I was working there, they just like told us. They were like, "Did y'all hear about the kangaroo?" And I was
think-
like, "What?"
I think Seawalker posted about that.
See, and
That's
that was where I
crazy.
was working at the time.
Okay.
What the hell?
There you go.
yeah.
Okay.
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 All right,
Okay.
so me.
Yeah, you
Yes.
said you were next.
Okay.
Okay. I gotta get ready.
I'm going to disclose information I shouldn't about myself.
Oh.
It's not going to be that bad. Okay, so I failed 8th grade.
Okay.
I ended up graduating high school, but I did fail 8th grade.
Okay.
I have been to rehab,
Okay.
and I left a bar one night with like a $400 tab.
A $400 tab.
Yeah, and I left like an old debit card that wasn't.
Like on the file?
Yeah,
So
it
it
wasn't.
bounced?
It wasn't my name on that.
One time when I was a server, somebody left a picture of a card.
There you go. I left a
An old debit card.
Okay.
someone else's old debit card.
Okay. This is tough. Okay.
I know they're all terrible too.
I know.
They're
I
a
was-
little bit different. Yeah, they are like
It's
some
like-
wild stuff.
These are.
Failing 8th grade.
Yeah, sad days.
Okay. Did you fail because you like missed too many classes?
I was horrible. I was a horrible child.
Oh, okay.
8th grade to like 19, not good years for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna take that one's true. I'm gonna take this
Well,
one.
I could have done all this when I was 8th grade through 19.
True,
So
but then it's like the tab you have to be over 21.
who said?
So you were because if it's only from 8 to 19,
Well,
then you
got
got your
a
life
fake
together
license,
quickly.
too.
No.
Yeah.
You see what-
Yeah, I got my life together when I was 19, and then I went to the bar at 21 and did
and
that.
then left the $400.
I've been in plenty bars before I was 21.
Oh my gosh! I've never
Yeah.
had a fake ID, y'all. I didn't want to pay the money.
Well, in small towns, you don't have to have them. Waco might be a little more strict, but
Oh, that's
they
fair.
don't check IDs in Abilene
In
or
Abilene,
Brownwood.
okay.
Well,
Odessa.
Odessa just rough.
Okay, word.
Odessa's rough.
I don't think I've ever been to Odessa.
I've never been to
Don't. Yeah,
Odessa.
there's no reason to
I don't
go.
even. I gotta
There's
look
no
up. I don't even
reason.
know where that's at on the map. Now that I think
Unless you
about
work in the oil field.
And that's what it was
Otherwise,
giving, because you
yeah.
said you went to Alaska too. Okay, I don't know.
I'm gonna say I don't know. I'm gonna say I want to say the bar tab,
I wanna
but
say the
maybe
bar
that's just
tab
because
too.
it's hilarious, kind of.
You gave so many details, and it was like there's too many details for it to be true.
Too many details for it to
Yeah,
be true.
you gave us the whole thing. You were like, I left an old debit card. I don't know.
What are you going with?
I'm all in on that one. The debit card
On
is
the debit
the
card?
yeah.
Fell in 8th grade. Drug rehabilitation.
Now you're giving more
Left.
details.
Left it. I said I've been to rehab.
You're gonna say what kind?
Well, I mean, I had a knee surgery. I've been to rehab. No,
Yeah.
been to drug rehabilitation.
Okay.
Failed 8th grade, and left the debit card that wasn't mine on a $400 tab.
Something about the debit card is just funny, so that's why I want to pick it. But I don't even know. I'm like, because it just sounds. I'm going with the debit card.
Ooh.
Okay, so yeah, the debit card was a lie.
Oh.
Y'all caught me. I
So
was trying not to
good.
give too many details on anything.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I did. I failed 8th grade
Mm.
and was lucky enough when I was in Odessa, transferred to Brownwood. The principal let me take my STAR test, and he said if you go take your STAR test and pass, I'll let you come to as a freshman. So failed 8th grade for but I was just
But you still
go to
like
didn't go to
graduated
school.
on time.
actually I didn't.
Oh.
I went to school till I was a junior, and then I dropped out.
Oh, what?
I dropped out as a junior, and then I went back the year afterwards and went to accelerated school and finished.
Oh, wow.
Because all my friends were seniors and left. Well,
Mhm.
I guess in my senior year. I dropped out my senior year. When I was a junior, I went that full year, and then all my friends who were seniors left. And so, and I did drugs since I was like 12.
Oh, my goodness.
I started. That's what happened in Odessa.
Mm.
And so I had it pretty rough. To get deeper in the interview, I'm going to take the chance to get into it, I guess. My dad died when I was 12 from an overdose.
Oh.
I had a pretty normal life all the way up until then. Died from an overdose when I lived in Alaska. He got an illness, and they prescribed him Oxycontin, and he started injecting it. He had a PICC line that ran to his heart for the disease that he had for antibiotics. And so he He overdosed. My mom and him both were like experimenting with drugs. My dad more so my whole life, but I never knew it. Like I had like a very good upbringing.
Yeah.
As far as I knew, everything was closeted.
Mm-hmm.
But then my mom, when my dad died, she just went off the rails. So she ended up going to prison whenever I was 17.
Oh my
She went there
jeez.
for a 15-year stint. She did 10 on a 15 or 7 on a 15.
Oh my
She'll
jeez.
be off of parole this year.
Oh wow.
And me and her both recovered addicts. I took myself to rehab. Luckily, never went to jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sold a lot of drugs, did a lot of drugs, did a lot of bad things in that time period, and
Yeah.
took myself to rehab and got clean and relapsed and had no other choice but to get clean.
Word.
Got put in a position where it was, went to rehab, and I told everybody whenever I went to rehab that not to call me, and they all started calling me, and I told them, if you call my phone again, I'm calling the cops.
Oh my god.
Because that's the only way that I could do it. And then I relapsed, and the
Yeah.
one person I was using drugs with thought I did call the cops on him.
Oh.
But which not really call the cops. We got pulled over, and it was like 2 a.m, and he had some drugs on him.
Yikes.
I gave him some drugs
Yo.
in exchange for money,
Yeah.
and
As that happens.
and we're gonna get pulled over. I saw the cop, and I said, "You need to throw that out the window." And he was
Yeah.
like, "Nah, I'll just hide it between the seat." And I was like, "No, like throw it. We're gonna get pulled over. It's 2:00 in the morning,
Yeah.
and they know your truck." And he was like, "Nah, this is my last bit." I said, "Okay, well, give me what I just gave you, and I'll take it." So he gave me 15 hydrocodone, and I took them all,
Oh my God.
and got pulled over. Cop asked to search the vehicle. They pulled him out because they knew who he was. He came to the vehicle while I was still sitting in it, and he said, "What's in the center console?" There was a Ray-Bans case, a sunglasses case. And I said, "It's a sunglasses case." He said, "Hand it to me." I said, "I'm not giving you anything in this car. It's not mine.
Valid.
You don't have a right to search it."
Yeah.
And he reached in the car and grabbed it. And when he did, he opened it up, and there was paraphernalia. So it gave him probable cause.
Yeah.
So, but he went to jail. I didn't. I
Yikes.
didn't have anything on me.
Yeah. Because you
He
took
let me.
it.
Yeah, he told. Yeah, and he said my buddy told me take my truck to your house, and then bail me out in the morning
Oh my
and
jeez.
come get me. And
Yeah.
so we got him bailed out. I went to his house, took everything out of his house because I knew they were going to go to his house. Took everything out of his house, and they did. They took him home. He bailed out. They took him home and searched his house. There was nothing there. He came and got his truck, got all of his things with my best friend, and then told my best friend that I snitched on him. After I laid in bed that night. I laid in bed till the morning that night, I overdosed. I didn't go to the hospital, but I was also on uppers and downers.
Yeah.
So luckily, that's what saved my life. I think was what we were doing prior to me taking those
Oh my
those
jeez.
pills. Saved my life,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't have been my choice. It was God's, and
Yeah.
he separated me from the people that I was doing that with. And I hopped a plane and went to Colorado. And the first thing my good friend did when I got off the plane, he said, "Are you still doing that? Because if not, if you are, then you're gonna circle back around. I'm gonna stick you back on that plane."
Oh.
He said, I bought a plane ticket for you home," and he had it in his hand.
Yeah.
He said, "Are you still doing what you were doing?" I said, "Nope." He said, "All right, come on." He let me live with them. We ran a business for 2.5 years, and it got me clean and got me away from the people I was
Wow.
doing bad things with. So
That's wild. That's a whole story.
Yeah, that's a whole
Life-changing,
segment.
too.
yeah,
And honestly, now that you talk about like you were doing poetry too, like you started writing poetry around that same time because
my dad died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get like, I brushed it all off a lot. I was real young, and so I really didn't. The fact that my dad died really didn't settle on me until I was about 15. And so it really, really hit me, and kind of realized one day I just woke up and I was like, I'm really not ever gonna see my dad again.
Yeah.
So for a long time I was just like class clown, like just trying to shove it off.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where, especially when my mom was, I didn't live with my mom after she went to rehab like 6 or 7 times. Me and my mom, my dad all went to the same rehab
Oh, wow.
facility in Abilene at Serenity House.
Yeah.
And so it's generational. And so she was in and out and lived with family. And so things kind of started getting dark, and I went from, smoking weed and doing this, taking pills every once in a while to really like taking a lot of pills, and then moved into fentanyl, and then moved into methamphetamine, and it just kind of took a hold of me. Just
Yeah.
anything I could get high off of. It got to that point. So, but yeah. So through that whole time, that's when I started writing. And a lot of that I was partying, and the music that I was doing didn't pertain to that. But now a lot of the music that I do does have ties back into that. I don't try to make a lot of music that's super in depth about it. There's some songs, a lot of it is references towards it. So usually I'll kind of underlay it or put a line or two in about it to give people an understanding of where I'm coming from.
Valid. Okay, if I can ask a random question, something I've been thinking about lately is one time I saw this artist. They posted something about music being like an escape from the pain. And I kind of want to know like your take on that, because I feel like, you know, sometimes, you know, you got to escape from things, but at the same time, I feel like escaping is not really facing it. And sometimes you have to face it to be able to deal with it.
Yeah, I don't think, and maybe that's what they kind of meant. I use writing to cope a lot of times. There's things that I'm a pretty open person. Obviously, I just shared that with y'all, and that's a story that I've shared with a lot of people. I have my kind of motto is that if I'm going to meet you and we're going to have a connection, you're going to know more about me in 15 minutes than you probably should, because I'd rather you waste 15 minutes of my time than 15 years.
Word.
I don't want to find out 2 years down the road the things that I've been through or dealt with is something you can't deal with in me. My past, my struggle, my hurt, pain, whatever it is. I'm going to unload it on you and see if you can carry that baggage. And if you can, like, that's cool. Like, not that I'm going to put it on you, but you know what I mean? Like, I want you to know me before we get to know each other. It doesn't make sense for me to waste much time. I've had a lot of people waste my time.
Word.
And so I use it to cope. And I can talk about my struggles and my pain, but I may not be able to convey it in the way that I want to.
Word.
I usually don't let myself break down. You know, you can talk about things, but it's just words at some point until you really sit down and let it do something to you. So that's how music does for me a lot of times. Even the music that I make that doesn't necessarily pertain to all the struggle or the hurt or the pain, there's pieces of it inside of it.
Word.
There's a nod to it. It's kind of I guess like an ode to the things that I've been through. But that's why I like to make like kind of upbeat music, or music that has a lot of like positivity in it. A lot of it's about overcoming. A lot of my music is about overcoming the things that I've been through.
It's very authentic.
And I want it, and I don't want it to be overly sad, but there if you listen to what I'm talking about, a lot of times you're like man, like this, he's been through a lot. Or you know, I do it in a way too because I want people who've been through what I've been through to be able to listen to it and not be too enveloped by it. I have some songs that I've written that I haven't released. I plan to that are very that are about that more than others. But I don't like to focus on just that aspect of it.
That's valid.
Of my life.
You also bring up a good thing about unloading at the beginning, because this is something I've been really thinking about. And folks in these streets, you know, shout out to the social workers, the psychologists, you know, Waco's really big on that. And they talk about like trauma dumping. And it's like, what really is trauma dumping? Because I can see that perspective of like wanting to like let people know who you are and like be able to understand you a little bit better. And then it's like, but then people will be like, oh, like that's trauma dumping. Like I don't need to know. Like, you know, like then it's like, was that relationship ever going to be like a thing anyway, if that's how you're perceiving it? Instead of just like literally wanting to get to know somebody, and also having that space. Like it's almost like you're providing a safe space between y'all to like be able to share that part of you, because that's hard to share.
Correct. And that's what I think that too. I've gotten it's not like I meet everybody on the street and that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Right.
But in the middle of a conversation, like I don't mind being vulnerable. And I think you do open up that space for somebody to become vulnerable.
Right.
Especially if someone's more guarded or closed off, like, okay, I'm going to be real with you. Like I'm going to let you in on who I am. And hopefully it'll allow you to do the same for me.
I like that.
So
that's a good perspective.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone's different. You know, I feel like, you know, like some people can handle more, I guess, you know what I mean? So
yeah, some people got so much of their own that they don't need to add anything to it. So I don't blame anybody if I were to put it on them and like, whoa, that's too much. Really, I would say like I don't like unload it all. I said that kind of bad. Like, here you go, like have that on top of all your problems.
Yeah.
Can you deal with it? But like, I guess really it's like people finding out things about me or that I've done, especially like so Abilene's like Abilene has more churches per capita than any other place in the country.
Oh
and
my
And I'm a
gosh.
Christian.
You're a church boy.
And we go to church on Sundays and stuff. It's been I wasn't raised that way. I was raised in church here and there. Spent a long time away from God and away from the church, and I've tried to get back more into it and learn about it and see where I stand with it. But all that to say, I will say as a Christian, Christians are judgmental. They're the most judgmental group of people that you've ever met. They really are. Now, as a Christian, I can sit here and say that.
Yeah.
Is it right? No, we're not supposed to. But it does come across that way. So at the same time, like, I don't want you to be like, man, he's a really stand-up guy. And then you find out I've been to rehab, like, whoa, I don't want you hanging out with my kids.
I
I'm
see
like,
what you mean.
you know what I mean? That kind of a thing. I don't want you to get the wrong impression. Like, I was that person. I'm not that person. And I am who I am because I was that person.
That's
I wouldn't.
valid.
Been through a lot of things, but I wouldn't change. I love my dad. But if it wouldn't have been him, it would have been me.
Yeah.
If it wouldn't have been I walked that line. My dad died. My mom went to jail. I'd be in one of the two places if I hadn't had both examples set in front of me, and I almost did both.
I was about to say, yeah.
I was in the same night, and that's not the only time that I had done that. I had been in several situations where I was in a vehicle and got pulled over and took mine, and it could have took my life.
Yeah.
So I've literally walked that line, and so it's. Yeah, like I think it's better for people to know that about me up front.
Valid.
And then make what you want of it.
And you're on the other side of it now too.
Exactly.
Right.
I am, like I said, I am who I am because of the things that I've been through. We all are. We're all the people we are because of the trauma we've been through, or the happiness or whatever it may be.
True.
Everybody's got a testimony, so
That part.
This remind me of my boombox. 1 o'clock in the morning, probably watching Boondocks, playing Tony Hawk, pro skater or some tool rock. Throw a towel up under the door and keep